What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's another edition of Away Days with me, Gene, Dino. Um, Talking about my two teams which I support, which is Arsenal and the Atlanta Falcons. Not done one in a little bit of a while because I wanted to see how things are going to pan out after this weekend involving Arsenal um, in the Champions League tonight. So I'm gonna do two episodes. I'm gonna do another one after this involving the Atlanta Falcons. Um, and talk about that one on its own. But this one is going to be involving Arsenal in regards to how they their game against Bournemouth, how they play tonight, and the game that's coming up this weekend against Liverpool. So I'm going to put them all together. So it's not going to be, it's just going to be a quick one because, well, if you're an Arsenal fan and if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan in both these situations, you don't like sport this weekend. In my case, I don't like sport this weekend. This weekend just gone. Um, both teams lost and lost quite badly. Um, obviously, I'm going to start with Arsenal here today. I'm going to go back to the Vitality Stadium. They played Bournemouth. They started off very, very slow. Nothing was really happening for the first 25 minutes. And then Calamity came into play with a very, very clumsy loose pass from Trossard back to Saliba, allowing Bournemouth to get in. 45 yards away from goal. Saliba's effectively the last man, and he gets sent off, and then that changes the dynamic of the game. That being said, I'm not going to go on too much about offsides and everything in this episode. I'll go more about another time because we as fans, regardless of what team you support, um, we just want to see some consistency in regards to decisions. And I was watching part of the Liverpool Chelsea match, and I saw what I saw in that one, and a yellow card was given for something quite similar to what happened with Saliba, and Saliba got sent off. Okay, I'm not taking anything away from Bournemouth at all in this situation. They played well, they deserved the win. I'll be the first one to come out and say they deserved it. Um, and they got the 3 points, and that's the end of that. Arsenal we played very flat, was poor. Even with 11 men, we just it was just very it's quite a lax performance. That being said, but the gaffer Mikel Arteta said we can't continue um, going down to 10 men in these games because it's going to get to a point where we're going to get found out too much. Yes, the boys like to defend. Yes, they're good at defending. Yes, they've got a bit of bite about them in defence, but you can't do it every game, and it's getting to become a bit of a habit and kind of a worry in that aspect. Um, Looking back at that game on Saturday, there was no Saka, there was no Odegaard, so the creativity of the team wasn't there. There's no fluency in aspects of the game. And like I said, Bournemouth deserved the win. They got the two goals from Ryan Christie and Justin Clive from the penalty spot. So, once they got those two goals in the time that they got them, Ryan Christie scored in the 70th minute, and Justin Clive scored in the 79th minute. As I said, it was a penalty. After that, they looked kind of comfortable. It wasn't going to go back in the game. It was just a very, very flat performance. It looked a bit too much going forward. So obviously we've lost that game. Everyone was talking about the whole thing of the red card and the difference with that foul and the one which was involved at Anfield the following day. But like I said, I'm not going to go on too much about red cards and last man and everything like that. And in this episode, I'll do that in a separate episode on its own. What I was waiting for was to see how Arsenal would respond to that game, knowing that we had a Champions League game tonight. Played against Shakhtar Donetsk, that great team, very, very famous team from Ukraine, who they themselves, they got some good players in there, but tonight's game was, I was like I said, I was expecting I was kind of expecting a response, and I was watching the game, and they looked again very flat, and it goes back actually with what I just said in the Bournemouth in regards to Bournemouth. No Odegaard and no Saka was in there, so the creativity of the team was lacking quite a fair bit. And again, it was the same thing tonight. Um, the one thing that I would say now, and I was watching this, I was watching it at work, and my night manager actually said this, um, and actually someone in my Arsenal group I think said it as well. Um, Trossard has had Trossard had a mare in the last two games. Let's just face. Let's just be very very transparent with that one. He's had a horror show in the last two games. For those of you that have not seen the game against Shakhtar tonight, um, we had a penalty. He went to VAR, hit the Shakhtar Donetsk defender's hand when it came from a cross from Martinelli. Penalty was given. Now at this situation, okay, just because you get a penalty, you're not entitled to score. You know, the goalkeeper's always gonna have a chance, but I have to say, for a for a penalty to be on target, that was by far the suckiest penalty take I've ever seen in such a while. Like, if you're gonna take a penalty, you're gonna, you know, 9 times out of 10, just put him on the corners. Like, put it in one of the corners. Let the goalkeeper work. I play in goal. Like, when it comes to 7 aside, I've played in goal with my boys at goals and everything like that, and taking saving penalties. Yeah, you're anticipating to go for the post. Trossard, Leandro, go for the net, go for the sides, man. Anything down the middle, you're asking for trouble. A lot of people will tell you that. That was just a shocking penalty. I don't know what more can be said about that, but again, that being said, we got the win. Can't really state too much about it, but the win comes in vain. It was an own goal. Um, Again, like I said before, it wasn't the best of games to watch. It was a very, very, I don't know how can I explain it. It wasn't the best of performances. It was a very, very stop-start game. It was Shakhtar tried their best. They had some spells as well themselves. Um, it just lacked a lot of fluency. There was no creativity in there, and when people go on about how much we miss Martin Odegaard, that's a player that you want to be having in your team, having a stronghold in that midfield, pulling the strings for your attackers, and we missed that today. We missed that a lot today. It was a very very lackluster performance. No, just the fluency was gone in this game. Like I said, you want to see a reaction after the game against Bournemouth. Yes, we got the win, but it was a very 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 ugly win, and it wasn't even an Arsenal player that scored. It was an own goal. Martinelli had a shot, hit the post, it bounced off the goalkeeper. Um, yeah, it wasn't a good time. Um, Again, that win has come in vain because now we have another injury. Um, it's kind of not looking good for Ricardo Calafiori. He went down. It looked like he twisted. It looked like he may have had a twisted knee. Um, According to the reports of what's been said, Mikel Arteta, the gaffer, has come out and said that it doesn't look good. So I don't expect to see him play on Sunday. So the injury list is actually starting to grow. That's four players who could potentially be out with Odegaard, Saka, Timber, and now Calafiori. So it's not looking good in that situation right now with how Arsenal are. But they got the win. Um, they're in a good, strong position in regards to qualifying for the next round. I think they're currently fourth or fifth in the table with this new format of the Champions League. There's only one team at the moment. Well, there's one team who's played three and they've won three. That's Aston Villa of all teams. Have to give them congratulations. Well done so far for them. Um, but with us, yeah, we got the win. We edged it. Like I said, Shatter had their chances to get back into the game as well themselves, but it was a very, very, yeah, lackluster and slow game. Couldn't really get going. The substitutions came on. Marino, Sterling, they came on. Didn't really do much. You know, Lewis Kelly came on to replace um, Calafiori, and Jorginho came on late. Um, the man of the match in the game was the goalkeeper. He made a couple of saves. There were a couple of saves in the first half where Arsenal were trying to get that second goal, but they just couldn't get it. But going forward again, like I said, we've got the 3 points now. But now going forward to this weekend's game against Liverpool, this is a very, very big crunch game against the Liverpool side, which is very, very good on form right now. Salah's out there, he's back to his form. Um, Diaz is doing well. Jota's doing well. They're all just starting to get a bit of chemistry in there. And Liverpool, they're looking very strong. Um, in that regard, we will have to be at the very top of our game. In this one, it is at home, it is at the Emirates, so it does kind of play with us. But if we can get any of the players who are out back into the team, I think it'll be, we can get something out of the game. I still think we can get something out of the game anyway. We've still got enough quality in the team to cause problems, but just to have that little bit of security and fluency in creativity in the midfield, I think would be good for Arsenal have to try and get 3 points out of the Liverpool match. Right now, yeah, they're going through a bit of a patch. It is a patch, but we've been there before with Arsenal, and we will get through this one again. It's that simple. Every single team has it. This is currently ours at the moment. We're more than capable. So it won't be easy. Liverpool are currently top. Their defence is very, very good. They're doing well. Can't take anything away from them. They played well against Chelsea over the weekend as well. That being said, with Chelsea's starting to make a bit of a comeback as well. So that's looking good. But this weekend's game will be key. If we can get a win out of that, then yeah, it gives us a good chance to get back to the top of the table again. There is currently a 4 point gap between Arsenal and Liverpool. Sorry. So yeah, it'll be an opportunity for us to catch them and see what we can do with them. So fingers crossed. So all in all, this week, my fellow Gooners, we're gonna have to suffer a bit. Lost against Bournemouth, but Bournemouth deserved it. Like I said before, today we soldiered through. We got the win tonight in the Champions League. So we're still undefeated in that, and we have to build on that now to go into the next game against Liverpool over the weekend. Mick Arteta's got a big job to do in terms of getting the players motivated, and they need to be a lot more motivated for this game against Liverpool than what they were tonight, because tonight's game was, like I said, very, very lackluster, very flat. So let's see what they can do. I believe in the boys, so let's see what we got. But yeah, like I said, weren't going to be too much of a big one. Just wanted to bring up all the last two games and the current game coming up. I will be speaking about next episode with my next episode of My Two Cents involving Arsenal will be after the Liverpool match. So regardless of what the score is, I'll bring my reaction to what's happened, all the key points, and what's happened in that game. That'll be my next episode of with Arsenal My Two Cents. If you have been listening to this, you have been listening to this on Podbean. If you have been watching this, you'll be watching this on YouTube. So, and also, if I can get it on TikTok as well, do follow me on TikTok. It is Away Days Sports. Days is spelled DAZE Sports. That's on TikTok. YouTube is Dino, Away Days, DAZE as well. So yeah, do keep a lookout. All of my platforms. At some point, I will be making a Instagram for the channel, as well as a Facebook group. So we'll be doing that at some point as well to keep everyone up to date. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on Arsenal Football Club. Come on, you Gunners. Well done, boys, again tonight. and we look forward to seeing you have a bigger response against Liverpool over the weekend. But guys, that was my 2 cents Arsenal Football Club. I'm Dino, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.